Welcome, respected friends. Great Shastra, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, third Utpatthi Prakaranam Leelopakhyanam, 55th SARGA, MARANA, SAMSRA VARNANAM, not one, two. So many most essential knowledge bits, powerful, useful, are being supplied to us. If our intellect understands and gets convinced by them, then the heart is filled with that knowledge and we live up to that knowledge. All worries, anxieties, fears, tensions about the present and the uncertain future, all of them will go away. That much power is there in this knowledge, provided we use it. Let us see in today's talk few more shlokas, if possible, the total. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो तुलसीदासादि आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः. ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः. ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः. स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः. दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः. सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं. ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते. तस्मै श्रीगुरवे भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरविकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने मरण संसार वर्णनं नाम पंचपंचाशत्तम सर्गः। श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच श्रीदेवी उवाच। So we have seen up to the mantras mantra number even 60th we have seen. One or two shlokas if we go behind, what is said to us is कि तस्मात् यत् जंगमं नाम तत् स्वबोधन रूपवत् तेन बुद्धं ततस्तद्वत् तदेवाद्यापि संस्थितम्. So the living and mobile things, that is the pure consciousness only by its choice expressing like that, and those things feel within them to be themselves to be so. You understand? That is the chitta consciousness with its Maya Shakti in the chitta expressing like that. Any of the living, like the crocodile. In that crocodile, chitta, the pure consciousness expressing all those traits, because of which the crocodile lives like that. A monkey jumping from one tree to the other. Pure consciousness with its Maya Shakti, uh, projected chitta, that sankalpa done, that the monkey means it should behave like that. And that's there right from beginning till now. That's the meaning of Tasmat yat jangamam nama tat svabodhana rupavatu. Tena buddham tatastadvat tadeva adhyapi samstitam. Main thing is, even now, such things continue. That's called as Ishvara Krita Niyati. Now, yad vruksha vidhama buddham stavarattvena vai punaha. Then the vriksha staying at one place, responding to the nature, but not having the limbs that way to respond. That's how Paramatma Chaitanya in that vriksha appearing like that. Jadamadhyavi samsiddham shila tarutrunadicha. So to the shiladi which are appear in Jada, they are also like that. Therefore, from the Vyavahara standpoint as Ishvara's Leela, there are so many different expressional differences. But in the substratum, there is no difference. It's one without second. That is what is the meaning of, in every of the Shastras we see, please everything see Samarupena. Why? In all of them, as an Adhisthana, Paramatma alone is there. Like Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane, Gavi Astini, Shuri Chaivasya Pakecha. तो विद्या विनय संपन्न ब्राह्मण में भी, गाय में भी, हाथी में भी, शुनक में भी, और शुनक को में भी पंडिता पंडित लोग समदर्शिन एक ही परमात्मा को देखते हैं. और उसमें भगवान कृष्ण का रहस्य है कि समदर्शिन लिखा, समवर्तिन नहीं. समदर्शिन मीन्स परमात्मा को सब में समान देखते हैं, पर व्यवहार समान रूप से नहीं होता है कि नहीं. विद्या विनय संपन्न ब्राह्मण को और कुत्ते को साथ साथ में खाना थोड़े बिठा के खिलाओगे. वो जाकर वो ब्राह्मण के खाना चाटेगा, वो पागल है. वो तो वर्तन के नॉट बी सेम, दर्शन भी सेम. उसी तरह जिनको जो खाना है वो देते हैं, नॉट दैट सेम थिंग यू गिव. सो समता इज इन द दृष्टि. व्हाई? सबस्ट्रेटम इज वन, नॉट इन द व्यवहार. ठीक है, कीप इट इन माइंड. नाउ that's what he said. Natu jadyam prutak kinchid asti napi cha chetanam. Therefore, chetana, jada, from the substratum, they are never other than away from, apart from the reality. Natra bhedosti. From the substratum, there is no difference. Sargadau satta samanya kena cha. Yesterday we saw this thought. Both are projected. Therefore, from the projection standpoint, they are one. because projected things being not real cannot be compared. Substratum wise, they are all one. Like dream. For everything that in the dream, the substratum is waking mind. Therefore, they are all sama. In the dream, also you cannot say they are different because commonly they are all projected. Unreal. Unreal you cannot compare. Therefore, you cannot have the differentiation. The reality, the substratum is one for all of them. Okay. Then Vrukshanam Upalanam Ya Namantasthaha Swasamvidaha Buddhyadi Vihitani Eva Tani Tesham Iti Stitihi. That's the beauty. In every of the Vruksha Upaladi, whatever the chitta is there for the consciousness to reflect. In that chitta, those imprints are there. Therefore, they with that identity, they behave like that. In the same way, vidontastavaraderyaha tasyaha buddhyastatha stitehe anyavidhanasthanarthaha sanketairaparaihi sthitaha. So, in this way, in all the mobile, immobile, every one of them, within themselves, we are so and so. That identity, therefore, we are different from the other things. That type of feeling is there in them. That's how the Lord has Himself seated in there, entertaining those thoughts. Or you say, the Lord has given them that type of chitta. Therefore, they remain as so. Each one of them. So, uh, every one of them have that identity and that individuality. Like we all, as we said, example yesterday, I am Indian. That's my identity because I am born here geographically. They call I am Hindu Sanatan Dharmi. So I am fixed in my mind. That's how there is welfare for me. That's how I am made. The chit in me, the conscious is me, expresses like that. Next win, mana. Uh-huh. बहुत सुंदर बात. कंटिन्यूशन. कृमि कीट पतंगा नाम. कृमि है, कीड़ा है, पतंगा है. या नामांतस्व संविदः तान्येव तेषां बुद्ध्यादीनि अभिधार्तानि कानिचित्. So in each of those beings also there is Chaitanya and there is Chitta. In that Chitta, the impressions that I am so and so are there. That's how those beings behave like that only. Then यथोत्तराब्धि जनता दक्षिणाब्धि जनम स्थितम न किंचिदपि जानाति निज संवेदनात् अरुते. So the example given is the people who are there in the southern side of the ocean. They do not know the people who stay in the northern side. In the same way, each of them staying in that particular upadhi, identified with them, they know only about themselves. They cannot know about the other. Then when they mutually interact, some means of interaction are required. Like उत्तर समुद्र वाले do not know दक्षिण, दक्षिण वाले उत्तर नहीं जानते. इसी तरह what I am in me, I only know, you don't know. What you are in you, you know, I don't know. Yet when we have to contact, some common means, common language or some gestures, we apply for the interaction sake. Otherwise, you and your identity is unique, mine and my identity is unique. This is what is said in this Vaashishtha sloka. Then in the next one, in this way, in that pure conscious existence Rupi, Parabrahma, Paramatma, in that the causal manifestation, the Jadata, then the Panchamahabhutas like Vayu, Akasha, all of them are projected and they are there existing as long as the Lord's Sankalpa for projection sustains. For the sustenance. Okay. This is what I said. An example is given. Ki Narayana. Swasanyanubhave leenaha tata sthavara jangamaha parasparam yada sarve swasanketa parayanaha. See, Swasanya Anubhave Linaha Tata Stavara Jangamaha. All the living, non-living, mobile and non-mobile are in their own Swasanya. Sanya means their own particular identity. They are fully engrossed in it, fully become one with it. That's how they behave. Parasparam yada sarve swasanketa parayanaha. So mutually when they have to interact, some sanketa they use. ठीक है न जाने निज संवेदनाते स्वसंज्ञानुभवे लीनाः तथा स्थावर जंगमाः परस्परम यदा सर्वे स्वसंकेतन परायणाः. So I know about me, you know about you, we both don't know about each other within. Yet for interaction we use some common language. That's it. Then example, yatha shilantas samsthanam vaishtanam cha vedanam asat jadan cha bhekanam mitontastastu shantatha. See, there are some mendacs within the stone, somehow they have gone, they are growing hibernation में. There are some other mendac outside. ये उनको नहीं जानते, वो इनको नहीं जानते. So, asat jadancha bhekana mitoha antastastusham tatha. In this way, as much as each of them think the other one is non-existing or unreal or jada, same way, each of these Panchamahabhutas kaho, se bane हुए, any of the padarth kaho, they stay with their own swasamvid inside. They stuck to that. They don't think themselves to something other than, and what is in other beings also they do not know. In this way, in the creation, for the play to happen, that uniqueness is made by the Paramatma of each of the beings with his sankalpa, with his Maya Shakti. So, then सर्वं सर्वगतं चित्तं चिद्व्योम्ना यत् प्रचेतितं सर्गादौ चोपनं वायुः स याद्यापि संस्थितः. So, sarvam sarvagatam chitta. Everything is nothing but as the chitta within it. Then how come that has happened like that? This is the important thing. Try to grasp it. Chid vyomna yat prachetitam. By the chid vyoma, chidakasha, in that way with its anantamaya shakti, it has instructed it to be like that. So I am there, in me the chitta is there, in my chitta these are the vrittis are there, that I am. You are like that. So to every of the beings, all the four, Jada, Chetana, Stavara, Jangama. Here the example of Vayu is given. Vayu. Why it should be like that? In that Vayu Tattva, in that Vayu Tattva Chitta, the Vayu has to be like this type of Prachetanam, this type of Prachetanam, the consciousness has pushed or has initiated or has done the sankalpa. That's how the Vayu remains like that. So Sarvam Sarvagatam Chitta. Everything is what is there inside its Chitta. Chidvyomna yat prachetitam. Why is it like that? Because Chidvyoma, the Chidakasha, has done that type of sankalpa. Then Sargadaucha. When was it done? In the first creation, first time. Upanam Vayu Sahya Adyapi Samstitaha. Even now also, the same is there continuously in every one of them. Okay. In this way, Vayu Upanam, the Vayu moving from one place to the other. The other examples are Chetitam Yattu Saushiryam Tannavastatra Marutaha Spandatmetyadi Sargeha Padarte Shivachopanam. So, Saushiryam Chetitam Tannavaha. Where the Saushirya, the Sushirata, the hollowness, emptiness is conceived by the Lord, that appeared as the Akasha. Tatra Marutaha Spandatma. And within that Akasha, something should be there doing the Spandana movement. That's what the Chit Shakti Paramatma conceived. Therefore, the Vayu Kalpana has come. Okay. In this way, Padarthe Shivacha Upanam. In all the beings, this is how the thing is there. So, and then that Vayu only entering into the beings doing those Indriya function. And same Vayu outside when there is a dry leaf is there, the Vayu moves it. Or the पेड़ पे कोई डाली पत्ता है, the Vayu is able to move that. That each one having their capacities and their influence on the other should be like this. That all thing is the Ishvara Leela. है ना? Finally, चित्तं तु परमार्थेन स्थावरे जंगमे स्थितं च चोपन्नानि अनिलैरेव भवन्ति न भवन्ति च. So finally, in the Stavara Jangama, the stuff chitta is same. Within that chitta, imprints are different. Behind the chitta, the chit sarup Paramatma is one without second. The another thing is what? Chitta being same, still the differences in each of them as well as the functioning or non-functioning of indriyas is because of the Vayu is there inside or not. Okay. In the Jangama, the Vayu enters and activates the Indriyas. In the non-Jangama or Stavara, Vayu enter करने के लिए छेद छिद्र नहीं है. Therefore, in them there are no Indriyas to function like the trees or the mountains, etc. So, evam, evam in this way, having said so, this continues all through. एवं भ्रांतिमये विश्वे पदार्थाः संविदं शवः सर्गादिषु यथैवासन् तथैव अद्यापि संस्थिताः. So in this way, whatever in this Bhantimaya Vishwa, right from the beginning, as conceived by that Chit Shakti Paramatma, so the things are continuing even now. It is the Niyat. We again get lost in them with our ignorance through attachments, or we can detach from them and realize our essential nature by which we can get moksha. That option, that opportunity is always there. Then, in this way, this whole topic of Marana, then Samsara Varnana, along with that, the individual Vyashti, total Samashti, Ishvara and Jiva, how everything is happening by the pure consciousness with its Sankalpa Shakti, all that having told, now towards the conclusion, Yatha Vishwapadarthanam Swabhavasya Vijrumbitam Asatyameva Satyavam Tadetat Kathitantava. Therefore, whatever you have seen and asked me, I explained to you about all of that. But from my side, what I am telling you is that all you which we are seeing and asking me question is asatyam basically. But in the ignorance of the substantial reality, they appear, they are taken as a real also. So all the objects with their own natures and with their functionings because of all of the nature, all of that, though not real from the substantive standpoint, still they appear to be so. This is what you have to finally grasp, and you have to reach to that state of being where all these with their natures and happenings are not there. Beyond all of this, you have to reach. That is called transcendental truth, the reality, the beyond Vala. So in this way, I have given you whatever you asked. So, Bhagavan, this is Yatha Vishwa Padarthanam. Vishwa means all. Padarthanam, objects. Swabhava, their nature. Swabhavasya vijrumitam, acting according to their nature. Asatyameva, in reality none of them are real. Satyabham, appearing and taken as by real. Tadetat, all these things as you asked, kathitam tava, being explained to you. So these are the few sargas worthy of repeatedly studying, contemplating by us. Then the last 2-3 shlokas, ki, what about first now the Vidurata Raja Sharir to hai na Maha, Ayam Astam Gatah Prayah Pashya Raja Viduratah Malashavasya Padmasya Patyuste Yati Hrudgatam. So this Raja here Vidurata is almost going to leave this body. Then he will leave this Sharira, and that Padma Raja's Hridaya, whose body is kept there still intact now under the flowers, he is interested to enter into that. So, Ayam Astangataha Prayaha, almost left. Pashya Sri Raja Vidurata. Mala Shavasya Padmasya Te Patyuhu. Hrudgatam Yat. Your husband, Padma, who is now in the Shavarupa Sharira, under the protection of the Mahalas, into that Hridaya he wants to go. Hrudgatam Yat. Now the Prabuddha Lila asks, Prabuddha Lila vacha, Kena Margena Deveshi, Yati Esha Shavamandapam, Yena Mevashu Pashyantyau, Avam Gachava Uttame. Hey Uttama Mata, Saraswati Mata, in Kena Margana, in which path, in which way he will leave this and go. Seeing that, we will also follow the same path and let us go there. This is what Leela asks. Sri Devi Vacha. Sri Devi says, Manushya Vasanantastam Margamashritya Gacchati Yeshoham Aparam Lokam Duram Yamiti Chinmayaha. Ki, so this he thinks that he is going to the other loka. With that thought he will go, and where will he go as per his own sankalpa? Into the hridaya of that Padma Sharira only. So Manushya Vasana Antastam Margam Ashritya. So each one's travel depends on what are the vasanas at the time of our death. And this travel is not in the physical plane, because when the Sharira is left, the physical world, which is valid only with the Sthula Sharira, is transcended. Then all the travel is in the Sukshma Rupa only, and the Lokas also are not Sthula, they are all Sukshma. So, Yesha Ham Avaram Lokam Duram Yami iti. He thinking that I am going to the far off distance, he goes, but as per his own vasanas, in that projected Lokas only he will go now. मार्गेणैव मनेनैव यावहते येन सम्मतं परस्परेच्छा विच्छित्तिर्नहि सौहार्दवन्दनीया. In whatever the marga is going, chalo, as per your request, let's go there only. So long we were together, I don't want to disappoint you for this last desire of yours and create any दुख इन यू. आप दोनों दोस्त हैं ना, तब से साथ में है ना. अब मैं तुम्हें दुखी नहीं करना चाहती हूँ. चल तुम्हारे हिसाब से, तुम्हारी इच्छा से हमें उसी मार्ग से जाते हैं. सो परस्पर इच्छा विचित्र नहीं सौहार्द बनने. तो एक दूसरे की इच्छाओं को पूर्ण नहीं करो तो सौहार्द नहीं रहता. We cannot be staying together and having that love if we don't understand each other and fulfill each one's legible, possible, any of the demands. So you ask, chalo, I'll take you. Sri Vaashishtha Vacha. Last sloka, Vaashishtha ji says, Iti, in this way, Vihata Kathagata Klamayam. So, Paramadrushi Prasrute Vibodha Manav Bhanav. When Mother Saraswati taught, the knowledge of Surya has awakened in the heart of Leela. In the meantime, all the klama, dukkha, etc. has gone away because she has seen all the sceneries and also heard all the knowledge from Mother Saraswati. See, Nrupati Varasuta Manasi Udare Vigarita Chitta Jado Viduratho Abhotu. So, in this way, so she has got the knowledge, all the dukkha's from her heart have gone away. The Lord of Sun is awakened in her heart. Then this has happened to Leela. And what happened to Raja? Viduratha, this particular one, left his body to go and enter into Padma's Sharira. In this way, iti आर्षे श्री वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकिये उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने संसार वर्ण अवस्था वर्णन नाम पंचपंचाशत्तमः सर्गः. Thus concludes the 55th Sarga with so many of the beautiful, profound things. Maybe 1% of it we try to understand. When we have more devotion, love, and inner qualifications of Jignasa, Shraddha, Shuddhata, Sukshmata, etc., more deeply we understand and we retain that knowledge. And definitely, as we continue studying the Shastra and Bhakti Shraddha, those abilities Lord will give us slowly. With these few notes, we'll conclude today this beautiful class as well as Sarga Pachpan. Let us enter into Chappan tomorrow. We'll chant that Sarga as well as see what is containing. That way, let us try every day. Thank you for your patience. God bless. Om Purnamadaha बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। धन्यवाद।